डियर स्टूडेंट्स, चलो शुरू से शुरुआत करते हैं। रुरबान, one side the rural sector, another side there is the urban sector. When you discuss about the rural sector, you all know that rural sector is the symbol of love, hospitality, affections, dance, music, or you can say that story of land, story of motherhood. Everything is good about the rural sector. And other part of the rural sector is the illiteracy, the loan, the torture of the moneylenders and the landlords, and the suicides. Another part, the urban sector, is the symbol of better education, better hospitals, better mall culture. You can say that is very scenic situations that malls are coming and we are attracted by that. Another side of the urban sector is that the depression, diseases, loneliness. Then questions arises why these type of discrepancies are there in between the rural sector and the urban sector. Why people always migrate from rural sector to the urban sector? Why we have not stick to the one sector, always think that other part of the grass is green? You have 2 to 3 answer for this. You know that rural sector is that place where more than 60% of the populations are producers. They produce the food for us, whereas 65% of the young generations who are residing in the urban sectors, you can say that major consumptions or the major consumers are there in the urban sector, where rural sectors produce the food grain. Urban sectors are consuming meat, milk, egg, fish, vegetables, value-based product. Then a clear-cut discrepancy has been observed in between the rural sector and the urban sector. There is a very clear-cut difference observed that producers who are producing the food grain, the consumer are not consume the food grain, rather they are seeking for meat, milk and other value-based product. For that, you have to find the answer that whether producers, whatever it produces, it is the wrong one, or the structure of production is not same as the structure of consumption. You all know that what the producers are producing nowadays. They are producing the food grain at one side. They are producing only 1 to 2 commodities at the another side. Where the consumer, the consumption pattern is that any consumer are consuming minimum 10 to 11 products. Or you can say that producers are producing 2 to 3 products, whereas the consumers are expecting 10 to 11 products in their consumption basket. It is a very clear-cut difference is that. Another side you can visualize that the producers are producing 1 to 2 commodities of voluminous in size, or you can say that they are producing in bulk, whereas the consumer, they are taking the commodities or buying the commodities in numbers, but the quantity of consumptions or the quantity of buying is very less in number. Or you can say that in Indian context, producer is nothing but a wholesaler. Consumer, the buying pattern of the consumer is more connected just like a retailer. Then where is the answer? Producer need to change from wholesaling structure of doing the production to the retailing structure of producing the commodities. How it can be done? When the producers are transforming itself from food grain to milk, meat, egg, all these commodities, or you can say that producers may transform its production pattern from one commodity just like the monocropping to intercropping or diversification of the agriculture. Then question arises, don't you think that producers know all these facts? It knows, but it could not do that. Why it could not do that? Because the meat, milk, egg, fish, no doubt it is a good one, but it is a perishable product. The transportation of the perishable product from the rural sector to the urban sector is the difficult one. Storage of perishable product from the rural sector to the urban sector is a difficult one. Then questions arises, where you get the fund for the infrastructures, whether public sector will come forward, whether private sector will come forward, whether entrepreneurs will come forward, whether you can bring the money in the form of the FDI, foreign direct investment. You have to find the answers. If not, then definitely people will migrate from the rural sectors to the urban one. Urban sector will be more congested. Rural sectors will be more loneliness. There will be always be a tussle that where we stand, whether we live in the rural sector, whether we live in the urban sector, or whether there should be a rosy picture in both the sector will come or not. That is the question mark. I have tried to found very 2 to 3 important points of the solutions behind it, that rural sectors or in and around of the rural sectors we have to develop small scale industry, agro processing, agri clinic and agribusiness centers that may infuse more and more fund to the rural sectors, more employment to the rural sectors, and rural sectors will get the income from its surroundings or in its proximity, by which rural sectors become or agriculture become transformed to the manufacturing and the service sectors. Migration will be checked and poverty will be reduced down. Urban sectors near its periphery, or you can say that peri-urban areas or peri-urban agriculture need to be developed. You may develop vegetables and poultry like commodities near the peri-urban agriculture. Urban sector need to get their food near its surroundings. Numbers of strategy are there, but whatever the things, we have to look the urban sectors and the rural sectors in its own strength and weakness. We have to find it that where is the opportunity and how we can reduce the different type of the threat that are coming in both these sectors. Numbers of challenges are there, but only one answer, that is the agribusiness. Thank you all. Thank you for watching my video.